Part-time football is really difficult, but it's something that I've enjoyed doing. It's a change that, you know, it's been a change of lifestyle, and it's something that I've had to transition into, and it's not been easy. But you know, it's something as your career progresses and as you get older, as we all are, that you just have to adapt to.
I would love to still be full-time in football. Where I am just now, it's more a case of you've ended up here through how well you haven't done at full-time football, so you're trying to get things going again as a young manager in the game, and you're trying to do things properly and do well so that you get that opportunity to go back full-time.
There are a lot of difficulties and challenges being a part-time footballer. The main one's really just trying to fit it around your work. Obviously you have to earn money, and there isn't a great deal of money in Scottish football, especially in the lower leagues.
I don't think there's the TV money is not spent in Scotland as it is spent in England and Spain, especially England.
You can't keep your family, and you can't live and prosper really on a part-time salary. So, you know, a lot of these clubs train at night.
Part-time football means that you train evenings a week, and by that point it can be really tiring. You've had a long day at work, and it's really just trying to balance that and keeping up your energy, which is the hard part.
It takes a lot out of you, physically and mentally. You know, a lot of travelling, again to and from your full-time job, and then, you know, well, the matches and the fixtures and the training for your part-time football. So it's very draining, very demanding, and it's something that I'm enjoying now that it's took a lot of time, although, as I said, it's very tiring and very draining.
I'm doing maybe 4 or 5 part-time jobs, this being one of them, and they're all football related. The other main things in my life, obviously my wife, my 3 kids, my family, and I like to play a bit of golf, so even when you're not at the football's in your mind, and at home it's a big part of your day.
Massive part of my life growing up. I've played it for as long as I can remember. Ever since I was a small boy, I've just been playing football in the back garden with my friends, pretty much in my spare time. I did have other hobbies when I was younger, but football was always a priority for me. It's been a big part of my life.
I've always enjoyed playing football. You know, I've touched earlier, I've got 2 young kids, and they're both actually playing academy level football. Both of them are budding young football players. As they remind me of myself, and you know, they've got a real good chance and a real love and a real passion for the game, and it's something that I've actually never forced them into.
Main benefits of being a part-time footballer is, first and foremost, I think, a healthy lifestyle, and that you lead as part of it. Another thing is that you get to combine something which is essentially a hobby, but it can be to quite a good standard as well. And you get to combine that with your work.
It's a great sport, many downs, but you know, for 10 downs, the one up you get is a great adrenaline boost. I think it's a sport that keeps you competitive, healthy, fit, ticks many boxes, and you know, if you can't be full-time, then be part-time and enjoy the game to the maximum.
As I say, I've had a great journey along the way, full-time, part-time. I've loved it. I'm 34 years old now, and I still love pulling on that strip. There's no feeling like waking up on a Saturday morning, getting ready for your game, and then, you know, coming off after the match when you've won a game. And I would encourage anybody that, you know, that wants to play football, that wants to get that feeling, to go and give it a crack as well.
When I was 17, I was a full-time footballer for 2 years. Then when it came to 19, I hadn't really made the grade, so I had to make the choice there: to keep pursuing the dream as a footballer, or do I look elsewhere? And I had to be realistic and realise that I had to look elsewhere, and I was still play football to the highest level as I could, but it just wouldn't be my main source of income.
They maybe at the end of their career, or they've come to this route through one way or another, whereas as a part-time manager it could be the start of many years to come as opposed to the end.
It's something that I've not regretted. I've still had a lot of really good experiences both through that and then in the last few years being part-time as well, and it's something that I would definitely encourage. There's no shame in dropping down to being a part-time player, or even if that's right from the start. If you're a part-time player, you just should do it as much as you enjoy it, really.
I've also played with part-time players who are amateurs and don't actually get paid, and there's maybe a perception of that these lads aren't good enough to then step up and make the grade and go into the full-time game, but I don't think that's the case.
I think the best players in the country are generally playing full-time. They are in the top league, but there still are some really good players who are playing part-time football in Scotland, and some of that is through a choice. Some of them can earn more money from doing football and their normal day job, and it's probably more secure as well long term for them. They know you could go and play full-time, you could go and play in the Premiership or Championship for a year or two, maybe 3, but at some point it is going to end. So I think that stigma is probably there wrongly.
I think if these guys had the opportunities and the finances and the backing from a full-time club to go on and become a full-time football player, meaning they didn't have to work during the day, meaning they didn't have to have a full-time job and then train late in the evenings, then there are part-time players out there with great ability that probably could comfortably go into the senior game.
It would be difficult to give up football for a job. It's something that, as I've said previously, that I have had to find a balance, and I think that it's such a huge part of my life and it's such a passion. It's probably more than a hobby, it's probably a passion. It would be difficult to turn that down completely, but probably in a few years' time I'll probably have to retire anyway. So
I would say go for it. I mean, first and foremost I would say try and be full-time, because it's a fantastic career. It's a drug in many ways. It's a great sport. Many downs, but for 10 downs, the one up you get is a great adrenaline boost, I think.
It's not just the sort of winning side of things. There's the social aspect. There's the health and lifestyle and fitness aspect as well. So there's football's worldwide, and I would encourage male, female, boy, girl. I would encourage anybody to go and put on a pair of boots and go and give it a crack. I really would.